good morning to all the listeners of RB2, wherever they might be listening to us from. Emma, today we are talking about self-awareness on bridging the gap. Why are we talking about self-awareness? We're talking about self-awareness because it is important for each and every one of us to know who they are. It's important for you to know who you are first. Before you can know and understand other people, you have to know and understand yourself. Self-awareness is basically knowing and understanding yourself fully, your emotions. Why do you feel the way you feel? Your thoughts. What is triggering those thoughts? Why are you thinking along those lines? Your words. Why do you say the things that you say? Your actions. Why do you do the things that you do? Your behavior. Why is your personality like that? Not only does self-awareness demand that you understand those, but it also demands that you understand your weaknesses. And it goes further to say, what can I do about my weaknesses? Is it something that I can work on? It's something that I can simply shelve and put aside. And my reasons, what are they? Not only just your weaknesses, but it also shines light on your strengths. What are my strengths? And what do I do with these strengths so that I can shine more and more, so that I can be of use to other people? Not only that, but self-awareness also makes you to understand your triggers. Kings respond positively or negatively. What triggers you? What makes you angry? What makes you happy? In addition to that, self-awareness also demands that you know your limits and your capacity. And what is key for self-awareness is that it is important for our self-development, for our growth. Because men are made to evolve. As long as you are living, you should strive to improve on yourself, to work on yourself. And you need self-awareness for you to be able to work on yourself. You cannot work on the weaknesses, but if you know that this is my weakness, and therefore now you are able to make a decision to say, I and then you work on yourself to improve. Not only is it improving but it helps you with self-control. You are able to manage yourself better. You are able to manage your emotions better. You are able to watch your words better. And because you are able to do all of those things, ultimately it helps with the relationships with other human beings. You only and the important thing that we need to understand about self-awareness is that self-awareness demands for us to consistently introspect. Self-assessment, score and evaluation, so that we can know what to work on. And the important thing about self-awareness that you need to understand is that it is not just about your inside, but it is also about the environment that you are living in, that you are working in, the people around you. It's self-awareness makes you to be tuned into your environment. Everything around you, what is it? How does it affect you? Because here is the thing. There are certain people that when you are around them, you behave in a certain manner. How about your own thing? You behave differently. Therefore, it stands to say, these people influence you. So these are things that you need to notice about yourself. There are people that when you're around them, you get excited. They just uplift you. You start now becoming aware of how environments make you feel. Because some environments are good for you, whilst other environments are not good for you. Some environments that are not good for you, these are environments and people that steal your peace. When you're around that person or when you're in that environment, you find yourself, and the environments that make you blossom and shine. When you're around those people, when you are in that environment, you function at your top level. It's because of the impact, the influence that the people and the environment have upon you. So once you become aware of that, then you will know what to avoid, whom to avoid, what to increase, and what to decrease. So that is why it is important for us to study self-awareness and to engage in self-awareness, because self-awareness also demands that we should have our internal standards and principles and values. Not only do I need to know who I am, I also need to know my fundamental principles that govern my life, because it is them that help to define me. It is those principles that act as checks and balance by me. So when you've got all of these things together, then you are able to live in addition to that, when you have got great self-awareness, you end up with it is now easy for you to function in your divine purpose in life. It is easy for you to define, to identify your divine purpose and to function it. Why is it easy? It is easy simply because you know who you are. And the important thing about self-awareness is that it is a journey of self-discovery and identification. We go through it every single day. Some might not be aware that they're going through it. Some people go through it by the way. But it is something that we all go through every single day. And the beautiful thing about self-awareness is that it teaches us how to be responsible and accountable for everything that we say and everything that we do. So you see, there are many advantages to self-awareness. Number one, it helps us to understand our strengths and our weaknesses and who we are. And it is fundamental for emotional intelligence. When you are somebody you are aware, your level of emotional intelligence, you understand?
Mm-hmm.
And I said also it improves on our human relationships. It's the key to developing our character. And importantly, it helps us with our decision making. How we get to Roman, we your decision making, it will be straightforward, it will be clearly defined, and it will be easy for you now to blossom and to shine in life. And the greatest example that we have in the Bible of someone who fully functioned in self-awareness is Jesus Christ. For Christ knew how he felt, what he was doing, where he was at all times. That is why Christ could stand up and say, I thirst. He understood exactly what was going on within him. He could stand up and know that he is grieved in the spirit because he understood his emotions. He could stand up and say, my spirit is willing, but my body, because he understood that my body is fatigued, is tired. He could stand up and say, I must go through Samaria, because he understood purpose and destiny. He understood the reason of his existence. He could stand up and say, my time has not yet come, because he was aware of the times and the seasons of his life. You understand? He knew all of that. He was aware of all of that. But yet, now, we are not aware of our times and our seasons. That is how sometimes we fail. We don't fail because we're supposed to fail. We fail because we missed the time and we missed the season. And we did a thing outside of time and outside of season. And Jesus Christ knew what men thought without them speaking, verbalizing it, because he functioned in so he was able to discern even the thoughts and the minds of people. Hence, he was able to relate and associate with men. And in conclusion, I just want to say to somebody, let us permit that mind that was in Christ be in all, because that is how we become better people. That is my last word.